Hello, 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 beloved souls. Blessed be, blessed day. Welcome back. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. For those of you who don't know me, and for those of you who do, welcome back. Hi, Vibe Tribe. I miss you so much. So Woke Wednesday. We got a lot happening. Energetic field. I feel it. We're heading into eclipse season. You know that brings chaotic energy. There's just so much going on. Oh, really quick before I get started with today's message. So, just some quick housekeeping. If you booked a reading with me and you have not heard from me yet, don't think it's because I've ignored you. I've had a lot going on and I'm just getting to people as I can. So, normally I say expect to hear back from me within like 48 hours, but for some of you, it might be taking like 72, maybe up to 4 days, just because of all the different appointments that are coming in, whether that's a reading or a coaching session or whatever. So, trust me, I have not forgotten anyone. I'm getting back to everyone, just in case you did. For my male subscribers, I have created on Facebook a group called Our Safe Space, and this is for men, or males, I should say. You don't have to be a male yet, but this is a space that I created for male intimacy, a safe space for men to be able to go and to talk about their feelings and emotions and desires and wants and needs without being shamed or made to be feel guilty or condemned for expressing emotion, right? We know that we want men to express emotion, but then we shame and fault men simultaneously for expressing emotion. And I know that because working with hundreds of men over the years, thousands of hours of having these conversations, looking very deeply into my own intimate relationships with the men in my life. I have a son. I have a ton of male cousins. I've truly, truly love the men in my life. Like I have a deep, deep love, compassion, feelings for the men in my life, and I want them to have a safe space. We create safe spaces for women all the time to be able to talk and to get their emotions out, right? Not so much for men. So, my beautiful male subscribers, for you and any other, dudes that you might feel this might help serve them, our safe space on Facebook is here for you to be able to have these conversations, right? And yes, I created it and I'm gonna be the only female in the group right now, unless, I sense something needs to change later on down the road. But that's because I was in masculine energy most of my life, and so I have a very strong core group of male friends, right? Outside of just the thousands of freaking male cousins I have and the fact that I have a son, male friends, and we build and we connect and we have these conversations. And I know sometimes it helps to just get a female perspective. So I am there to offer that, but mainly I'm there just to hold the container for you guys and to create the safe space for you to be able to have this open, honest dialogue. And again, with respect, with love, without judgment, without condemnation. It bothers me that, so many men kill themselves every year. It bothers me that men don't feel like they can speak up. It bothers me that we have a beautiful divine feminine energy on this planet, but we are not teaching our men how to embody it without making them to feel like a simp or a pussy or a weak or wimp because they're feeling their emotions, right? We all have the same emotional body as human beings, right? So anyway, for my male subscribers, and again for anyone, or even my female subscribers, if you know anyone that this may serve, or that this container can offer them just a safe space, please invite them to it. I'll put the link down below in the description box, but I just want you guys to be aware of it. Okay. Anyway, and then regular, you guys know you can always hit me up at my website, The Enlightened Daughter. You can do coaching sessions, readings. I do all the mystical shit. I've been doing chakra cleanses. That's only for those of you that are local to me. So we'll talk about that on an email. Um, and also like the spiritual and quantum calls. Again, I know that there are a lot of people in my tribe that are coming to the tribe that are just beginning their path of awareness, just beginning their path of ascension, just stepping into this field, and thus are healing a lot of the trauma that came with this incarnation. And one of those big major blocks happens to be financial, right? And so, as a fellow light worker and a way shower, and someone who has dealt with poverty and lack for 95% of my life, right? Um, I wanted to create something to support people who may not necessarily be able to afford the coaching sessions, who may not necessarily be able to book a series of readings, right? So I have the spiritual calls or the quantum calls, whatever you choose to name them, to support you. Sometimes we just need a different perspective, right? Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody about the weird shit going on through your head, or the fact that you think you're a multi-dimensional being, or you resonate as a star seed, or you're having this weird awakening, or this kundalini got activated, or you might think that you're a twin flame, or maybe you're just fucking having a bad day. And like, I can't talk to anybody over here about this because people are going to judge me, because many people grew up in communities where they can't talk to anyone within the community because their relationships or their lifestyle or their dealings become like a group project. You know what I'm saying? Like, um and I know that just from working with a lot of people that come from more like Middle Eastern and Latin backgrounds, right? It's never like, it's like your marriage isn't your marriage. I can't get divorced because my mom's going to say something, the church is going to say something, the synagogue is going to say something, my community is going to say something. No one gets divorced in my family. I have to tolerate this. I'm supposed to get over it. Marriage isn't about love, right? Like, it's just like all these things that they put on you to force you to stay in your unhappiness, right? So there's a lot of that healing that needs to be supported. So again, sometimes you can afford to go the long route with me, you know what I mean, into the coaching sessions, and some of you can't. And some of you just need a little guidance, or to be supported, or to just hear from someone that, hey, you are important, and you do matter, and that you are loved, right? Because you are important, you do matter, and I love you. Just in case you didn't know. All right. So I'm gonna leave that there for you guys. Definitely hit me up. All right, let's get started with today's reading. Now I've done all the housework. Thank you, thank you, angels and guys. So much came through. Um, so much came through in the past couple of days. So for those of you who don't know, um, one of the ways that the universe speaks to me through me is through weather patterns, right? Gaia and I are super connected. Um, it's just one of my spiritual gifts to be able to work with weather patterns. And so whenever there's something huge going on energetically within the collective, I will get some type of storms or rain. Definitely rain, always rain, but depending on the severity of the storm will show me the intensity of the powers that are coming through, and the intensity of the light codes or the clearings or the healings or whatever. So for the past couple of days, oh my lord, the amount of lightning, and not even so much rain, which is funny, right? Because it's been a whole bunch of lightning storms. I've had a ton of lightning going on, but not so much rain. Yes, there has been rain, and when the rain came, it was purifying and cleansing everything, which is so amazing. The weather cleanses the collective emotions, right? Like, weather patterns are indicative of how the collective feels. So if you're in a spot where you're constantly seeing, you know, poor weather patterns, that is the mental energy of the people in that area, right? It needs to be cleansed, it needs to be transmuted, it needs to be alchemized, it needs to be released. So just being in union with that and being aware of that and what the gift is of the weather, right? So lightning brings with it a lot of power, a lot of clarity. It's a very strong, right? Like, if you see like a stroke of lightning, it's very precise and it's very powerful and it's gorgeous. But if it strikes, it can be catastrophic, right? And so we have to be very mindful about our energies. We want to be very clear about where we're setting our intentions, because again, the power coming behind us with the things that we're manifesting right now is like the power of lightning, right? And so you want to make sure that when your lightning strikes, that it's on something that is going to serve you, right? You want to make sure that you're focused on what it is that you want or are desiring in your life, as opposed to the things that you're lacking or that you need, right? Let's focus on what we actually desire as opposed to the things we don't desire. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be hungry. I don't want to be homeless. All right, well, you keep talking about that. So, that's kind of in your field, as opposed to being like, oh, I'm excited about life. Like, I feel so energized. Like, I love my life. Like, I'm feeling good. I'm stoked that I'm about to go get this job and make all this money. Like, be very intentional, right, in your life. Speak life over yourself. I am blessed. I am loved. I am amazing. I'm deserving. I am worthy. I'm valuable. I don't give a fuck if you believe it or not. Like, start speaking these things into your existence. You don't have to believe it right away, but at some point you will if you make this a conscious practice, right? At night, you can do just the simplest things. It's like putting on some subliminals, right? Maybe you want to put on some I am subliminals in the background, or put on some meditation music and different frequencies to start clearing out your energy. But there's a lot of energy, a lot of light codes that are coming onto this planet right now, and it is not a joke. It's not a joke. And what we're clearing, the amount of density that we're clearing out of the root chakra is almost unbelievable, because this work has been continuing over and over and over, like how many hundreds of decades are we like doing this work, right? And fortunately, we're at a point in the collective timeline where many people on the planet are awakening, right? So you have even more people like with this conscious awareness doing the inner work, healing their shadow and their light self, right? Really getting a meld of that light and that dark, of that feminine and that masculine energy, right? And it's really beautiful to see. Having said that, it's not necessarily welcomed by everybody, right? So there are those of us, and especially if you're here, you're probably a light worker as well, that are consciously doing the work. We're showing up, we're in dense areas, we're healing, we're transmuting, we're alchemizing, we're exhausted, but we keep, doing the do. And we know greater good, big picture, macro scope, right? Like, we understand what's happening. And then there is the rest of the collective, right, which is about like the 90% that is still kind of in the land of slumber, zombie-ish, um, that are being pushed for these healings, right? They're being pushed to heal. They're being pushed to have awareness, to be conscious of their lives, to live life intentionally. And there's a lot of resistance to that. And there's a lot of push against that energy, right? There's just, you lived your life in a certain way forever. And now you're being told that that life is no longer acceptable, right? And it's like, we've been in masculine energy for how many thousands of years now, right? Where the feminine energy was just disrespected and violated and mistreated and on and on and on and on and on. And now we're at a space where we're like, hey, this feminine energy is back and she's here and she's not, taking no for an answer. She's setting boundaries. She's standing in her truth. She's lighting things up. She's opening her heart, right? She's expressing to everyone how to be vulnerable, how to be nurturing, how to really allow and be receptive. And that is not an easy energy to step into when you're used to being in masculine energy, when you're used to, it's my way or the highway. I'm going to push. I'm going to hit. I'm going to get my way or whatever. I need to do things or they're not going to get done, right? It's very different energy to learn how to be intuitive and move than to be forceful and move, right? And I know that as an Aries, as a New Yorker, like, I'm used to like, oh, there's not a wall. I mean, there's not a door. Cool. I'll make one. Punching a hole through a wall, right? Either way, I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, this is what I want to do. Fine. Let me figure out. Let me go. Da da da. Not hearing the inner guidance. Not even not trusting it, but you don't even hear it because you're just so busy with the egoic mind, right? Like trying to make things happen. And so now you're being guided to come in and to be still, right? And so there's all these storms that are going on right now. Lightning, power, cleansing, healings, activations, and I mean collectively, it's getting huge. And then we're moving into eclipse season, so these energies are just ramping up and ramping up and ramping up. And what we're being guided to do during these storms, with all these planets in retrograde, in case you forgot, we have like, I think still 6 planets in retrograde. What you're being guided to do during these storms is to pause. Pause. Wait for the storm to clear. And I know that that's not easy, right? You're like, wait for the storm to clear. No, like I need to run and make sure the shutters are closed and close all the windows and call a bunch of people. And, you want to do all these million things. And they're like, chill, just wait, just give it a second, right? You're preparing for a calamity to occur when it's going to be a sprinkle, right? And you would have gotten that information if you would go inside and trust. And so we're all being encouraged right now to go inside and trust. We're all being encouraged right now to just get into the stillness and to really sit with that energy. And there's a lot of ascension symptoms that are coming on right now during this time, especially with the healing of the root chakra, right? And all that dense density, dense energy in English. So let me see, because I wrote so much. There was so much that came in, and I was like, "What's happening?" I've been up since like 2:30 this morning. I can't. It's like 9:45, so just know that like I've been up hours. I was like, what are we doing, right? So part of the ascension symptoms are going to be restlessness or no sleep, because it wasn't just me up. My son was up, my daughter was tossing and turning all night. I was like, damn, we got a lot going on, you know. But with the density in the root chakras, so that's being cleared out at a massive level, right? And there's a lot of deep karmic clearing that's going on. There's deep generational curses, wounding down in that area, right? The root chakra is at the base of our spine, right? It's kind of like your perineum, and it is in charge of our safety, our stability, our foundation, our finances, right? So now we're in a world where got wars going on over here, we got crisis going on over here, we got recession talks over here, you got banks closing, right? That brings a lot of fear energy into the collective, right? And that all gets stored within our root chakra. So how is it showing up within the collective? One, we're getting these storms, right, that are intensifying because people are scared. There's pains in your feet, ankles, knees, hips, um, your tailbone. If you're a biological female, your menstrual cycle might have been off, or you've been getting maybe more cramping there, discomfort, discharge, right? All these things are all related to the root chakra energy. And the root and the crown chakra are connected. So as we're clearing out the root chakra, we have to, because our energies go from the bottom up, right? As we're clearing out that root chakra and really allowing that energy to ground in, we're also allowing ourselves to open up to even more divine. All this hair that's in my mouth. All this, so funny. Even more divine guidance and channeling of wisdom and knowledge and understanding, right? So you really want to make sure your root chakra is stable, is secure, is grounded so that you can elevate further, right? What do they say? Like, you want your roots to go deep so that you can reach higher and higher, right? It's like a tree. The deeper the roots the tree gets, right, the higher that tree can elevate and it'll stand tall and it'll stand secure because it's already deeply rooted in its foundation. And that's the same thing that's coming up for us, okay? There's also been clearings going on within the throat chakra, and the throat chakra and the solar plexus are connected. So that's going to be, the same thing. We're going to have throat chakra. You're going to get like tightness of the jaw, sore throats, even the congestion in like our sinuses, right? All of that, coughing, maybe acid reflux, because that's kind of connected in that whole area. Sore throat, coughing, tightness of the jaw. What else? Any issues with your teeth potentially, and gums, tongue, right? All of that. The solar plexus, that's our gut instinct. That's our divine masculine energy. That's our power center. So, when that's off, we might get like tummy aches, whether that's like nausea or cramping or diarrhea, right? Like there's huge clearings going out to that area. So I'm trying to think. Give me a second. I'm trying to understand what I'm being shown. I'm almost being shown like a punch in the gut. So maybe that's how some of you have been feeling during this time. Um, Maybe that's what the energies have been, marking to you. Like it's almost like it's knocking the wind out of you. Like you got punched in the stomach. It's just like shock and awe, coming through. For some of you, your diet is going to be changing or has changed. Um, So you may not have been allergic to a food before, and now you are, or all of a sudden it caused you an irritation, or you know, just some of the things that you used to do, you can't do anymore. You eat something, all of a sudden you get a breakout, you get acne, you get a rash, you get it like an itchy tongue or itchy back of your throat, or you're nauseous. Like there's the reason that your body is kind of rejecting some of those things because you're taking in all of this different light energy. And as you're taking in all this different light energy and taking all these different codes, and you're alchemizing and healing and clearing things at a cellular level, right? And so, like before, when people used to ascend, they would have to die, like have a physical death before they could ascend. We are at a point in our collective where we don't have to actually have a physical death in order to make these ascension things happen. Having said that, though, our bodies are transmuting and alchemizing while we're still in them. You know what I'm saying? So your body is going to be guiding you to what is going to best serve it and what's not, right? And some of the foods that you might have been comfortable with in your past during your, your times of thriving and you just, surviving, you didn't know better or you couldn't afford better or whatever, you're being guided now to do something else, right? So just really tap into that energy, really trust your body's guidance, right? Listen to your body. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. The body loves you and is here to support you, but you need to listen to it, right? Your soul loves you and is here to guide you at any given point, but you need to start tapping into that energy. When we start moving away from the desires and the needs and, the wants of our soul, that's when we get dis-ease and physical illnesses showing up in our body because we're not in alignment with our truth, right? We're not in alignment um with our soul, with our purpose, with our journey, right? So start to notice your body, right? No, I notice that some of you need to fucking speak up because you're killing me right now. The fucking throat chakra. Speak your truth, guys. Okay, listen to your body. Whenever something goes wrong or gets a miss in my body, I'm like, oh shit, what does that mean? Like I stop everything and I tap in because there's a reason for everything. If there's a pain in my body, there's a reason for it. There's a message, right? If there's some type of dysfunction or discord going in my life, there's a reason for it. There's a message. And I'm gonna tell you guys, like I tell my clients all the time, with everything that happens, what's the lesson and where is the grace? What is the lesson? Where is the grace? Use this in your life every day while you're dealing with something. I don't give a fuck if you had an argument with somebody, a car accident, you missed your flight. There's always something. What is the lesson and where is the grace? There is nothing done in this universe that does not have a purpose by the Most High God. You want to live your life thinking that things will just happen chance and coincidental, then you are free to be that ignorant. Having said that, when you know better, you do better. So I'm here to tell you there are no fucking thing. There's no such thing as coincidence, right? There's God incidences. Everything is aligned. Everything is aligned. Everything is aligned. From where you live to the people you meet to the store you go to, tapping into that intuitive energy makes this a lot easier. Tapping into that intuitive energy makes the journey a lot more flow, a lot more grace, a lot more ease, right? I'm watching so many people swim fucking upstream in this collective and it's driving me crazy. I'm like, why? Why are you swimming upstream? What's the purpose? You can literally just lay down and just let life carry you to the next shoreline and see the dopeness and the magic that's over there. You're going in the wrong direction. That's why you're exhausted. That's why things aren't working out for you. That's why you're not happy. You're not listening to your intuitive guidance. And I'm here to tell you, your intuitive guidance is always going to lead you in the right direction, even if it doesn't make sense to your logical mind. This isn't about logic. The egoic mind is here to serve the soul, not vice versa. Your mind is here to serve you. It is not for you. It's not to dictate to you how to live your life. You tell it what to do. This is your shit. Your soul. You're in charge. This is your magical world. So what is your universe supposed to look like? And who are you giving your power to? Faith or fear? It can't be both. You can't have two masters. Right? You're either expanding or you're contracting. Which one is it? Right? You're receiving or you're giving. It's what it is, people. It's what it is. All right? So, all right, so we have throat chakra, root chakra, solar plexus, no sleep, menstrual cycle, the dreams, of course, vivid dreams, lucid dreaming, definitely coming into play. Um, there's an extra sensitivity to ginger tea, baby, every day, because I can't play with this world. Um, there's extra sensitivity as well amongst us, those of us that are empathic. So I would remind you yet again to do whatever you can to stay grounded, whether that's getting outside into nature and going for a walk, doing some earthing, getting your actual feet on the grass, on the ground, right? And like connecting with that energy, getting in a salt bath. Even if you don't have time to take a salt bath, maybe put some like salt in a freaking, excuse me, bucket and just like soak your feet in it. That helps. You know what I mean? If you don't have a bath, you only have a shower, you can actually take lemon, scrub your whole body with it. Obviously, you want to avoid the genitals and your eyes. For bald men, avoid your head. But especially at the base of your feet, right? Really ground your energies now. Like, I'm telling you guys, it's so important. It's so important. Um, I've been doing a lot of activations and healings for our tribe. And I mean, not just our tribe, for the collective. But obviously, I have you guys in mind all the time when I'm doing this work, when I'm showing up. And a lot of the transmutation, a lot of the alchemy that has been coming through has been issues with like the root chakra area. So it's been like transmuting, alchemizing, grounding, transmuting, alchemizing, right? Clearing that area. I woke up the other day and my tailbone was like so sore. It felt like I fell down like a flight of steps. And I'm like, what is happening? But again, there's a message in everything, right? What is my body telling me? Cool, there's a lot of dense energy in that energy in that area. Fantastic. Is this mine or is it the collective? Because a lot of times, light workers, the energies that we're feeling is not ours. That anger, that sadness, all that shit, it's like it's not even ours. I woke up the other day and I was like sitting here thinking, I'm overthinking. I'm like, why am I like I wasn't stressed about that before. Why am I all of a sudden overthinking this energy? But on the other side of the wall there's a lot of stress and tension going on, right? And so again, super sensitive fucking antenna over here. I'm picking up all these energies. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but my bed isn't on the wall. That's how much I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I have sage and Palo Santo that I have to burn like every night before I go to bed, and I just put it behind my wall to clear those energies so I can get a good night's sleep. It's that serious. So we're getting more sensitive, but be mindful of the sensitivities. Know what's yours and what's not. Okay? And then be mindful about protecting your energies and then clearing those energies. If you don't shower or bathe at night, I would definitely start recommending it. You want to clear off and cleanse the energies of the day. Do not take that with you into your dream state. Do not take that with you when you're coming into your next day. Okay? Again, for those of you that can't get in the bath, I suggest showering. Nothing else. Get some lemon on those feet. Just cleanse it, right? Even if you're just doing like you're not going to do a physical shower, like do a mental shower of yourself being covered in this beautiful crystalline white light and it transmuting and alchemizing and releasing all the energies that you may have picked up throughout the day, consciously or unconsciously, in this lifetime or any other, in all directions of time and space, and call all your energy back to you from all people, places, things, in all directions of time and space, across all galaxies, realms, and dimensions. I do this shit every night. Every night, call my energy back to me while I'm in the shower. Every night, I release energies while I'm in the shower. I release and I call back. I release and I call back. There's nothing wrong with getting your energy back to you, right? There's nothing wrong with giving the energy back to where it came from. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. Okay? Be mindful of that. So, I know that's a lot. um, Oh, and then the energies of the violet flame and the rose flame have come through. The violet flame I work with all the time. You guys may be aware of that, but I work with Archangel Zadkiel and the violet flame all the time. The violet flame transmutes energy. So anything that the violet flame basically touches, it gets turned into divine love or above. That's the gift and the beauty of the violet flame. So again, as light workers, many of us are in places with a lot of dense energy, and we've been guided to go to these places because we are the energy transmuters, because we're the alchemists, because we're here to work with things like the violet flame and to transmute that energy. And so I know that I'm in an area that I'm not going to be in very long, but I understand the importance of me being here right now, right? Planting the seeds, cleansing the space, seeing the pockets of density, and sending the violet flame there, right? Really working with the violet flame. The rose flame has come in as well to support us in cleansing the energies that are really trapped within our root chakra, really transmuting that dense energy so that it can be clear to receive the divine feminine energy that's being alchemized through it, and also so that you can start utilizing the energies of the kundalini, right, and awakening that. But we can't work with the kundalini energy until our root chakra is in order, right? It's secure, it's safe, it's solid, it's strong. So yesterday when I woke up with the soreness of the tailbone, and I was just like, all right, cool. We got some work to do, you know. So I did an activation, worked with Mary Magdalene. The Rose Flame came in to do that deep activations. Unicorns came in to help with the healing work. The dragons have been here recently as well, but it was really just about the energy of the rose and the violet flame. Really transmuting those energies, really clearing out that density, right? It was like almost having like a pickaxe, you know, you're just like chipping away, right? Because there's so much density, there's so much there from all the generations, right? Whether, and I'm not even just talking about within my own lineage, talking about as a collective, right? There's just all of this really coming in. So really working with Mary Magdalene, working with Isis, Yeshua, of course, always coming in to support us in healing this energy, clearing this density so we can be as grounded and secure as possible. Gaia has been such a supporter to all of us, and you know, in this, and we need to just remember that while we're out and about in the world. All right. Anything else before I pull cards? What are we at? 32 minutes. No. All right. That's it. Oh no. Sorry. One more thing, and then I'm gonna go to the reading. um I told you guys, right, to just be very intentional about life. Like, be very intentional about your life. Wake up in the morning, set an intention, whether that intention is just like, I'm going to have a high vibrational day and I just want to feel good all day. But set your intention, because when you're not, you're allowing yourself to be um like an extra in someone else's show, right? And you really need to start taking accountability for your life, having ownership, mastering yourself. No one is perfect. We're all a work in progress. Every day we wake up, we got work to do because we woke up. So if we were all done, we'd be gone, right? So no one is perfect. You're alchemizing, they're alchemizing, we're all doing it. Everyone's at different levels. This isn't about judgment or condemnation, right? This is about you taking control of your life and just making today better. And it can be as simple as, you know what, I'm setting the intention for a really good day. I don't know what that means, but I just want to have a great day. And you know what? Today was a good day and tomorrow's going to be even better. Before I go to bed, I'm like, oh, you know what? Today was a good day. Can't wait to wake up tomorrow because it's going to be even better. What did I do? I just set the intention for my day tomorrow. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't need to know how it's going to play out, but I know it's going to be better than the day that I just had. And if that was a good day, then I have something to look forward to, right? But I set the intention for my day. I'm going to wake up feeling energized. I'm going to wake up having a great day. I'm going to wake up feeling good. I'm going to wake up to a blessing or a miracle, right? I can't wait for tomorrow for the universe to delightfully surprise me. I can't wait to see what's in store. These are how I set my days, because I refuse to be miserable for anybody. Everybody can kiss my ass. I will not be miserable for no one, and I don't jump for nobody, and I'm not doing none of that. You don't like it, kick all the rocks. There's a door, walk through it. Pick which side of my ass you want to kiss. Literally. Like, you guys need to start setting some boundaries and standing in your power. Tired of this, like, oh, you know, I'm trying to be humble and play. Why are you playing small as a child of God? Like, who told you you needed to contract yourself and be as small as a fucking ant in order to please God? You are created in the image of the divine. If you were meant to be an ant, you'd be one. So stop playing small. And this is the time where we all start to step it up. I've had to step it up massively, guys. I've had to step it up massively, massively, massively. I had to make a decision that I was going to step fully into the life that I know that I'm destined for and stop fucking being scared and stop making excuses for it. We're all being called to do this. We're all being called to do it. You're not alone. You're never alone. First of all, you got a whole fucking team of light standing beside you, in front of you, around you. You're surrounded by fucking angels and guides and elementals at all points of the day. All you gotta do is just say something. You talk to them like you talk to me. Talk to yourself. Talk to a wall. It don't matter. They're all right there listening, always. Utilize that energy. They're here for you. Talk to them. Get some guidance. Get some clarity. I love to call upon the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, please reveal to me what I don't see. Please reveal to me what I need to know. Please show me my blind spots and my blocks because I'm missing something here. And then I go chill in the silence and I wait to receive my answers and my guidance. And then that way I can make better decisions. But I have to make the decision at first to take ownership, to look at my life and go, there's something there. Let me ask a question. Let me look for the lesson. Let me see where grace is. Right? You know what I'm saying? All right. And then, okay. Two more things. So it was sometimes we're led down a path, not because of the destination, but because of the lessons on the path. Right? So, for instance, yesterday, couldn't find my phone. And I'm like, where the fuck is my phone? Going crazy, going crazy. And I'm like, it's probably on the bus. So I'm checking out my guides and I'm like, is it on the shuttle bus? Like, I could have sworn I bought it home. And I kind of got like a faint yes, but not like a strong yes from my team. And I was like, all right, well, that's not the strong answer I'd like, but let me go check the bus, right? Because I wasn't like all the way tuned in. But to me, I'm just like, where the fuck's my phone? It's either in the house or on the bus. I just got the bus. So I go back towards the bus. Phone's not on the bus. I'm looking. I see the bus driver. He knows me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, all right, well, that's disappointing. It's probably in the house. I don't know. But as I'm walking towards the house, it's like, look down, or like, it was like a message to like, look down. Like I wasn't looking at something. And I happened to look and I was sitting outside and I had left my phone next to my step stool where I was sitting outside, but I didn't see it because it was black. So I was like, oh, there we go. And I didn't hear it as I was calling it because they were doing construction outside at the house next door. So I was led to the shuttle because that was the easiest way for them to get me to step outside of the house to go look for my phone. That was the path of least resistance for me, was to just go back to the shuttle. But on my way back, now I'm no longer in resistance. Now I can see. Now my phone is right there, right? And so sometimes the path that you're led on is not so much about the destination as to where you're going, but it's the path of least resistance for you guys to start speaking to you to get you to actually where you need to be. Okay. And then there was, I love the fact that I haven't even pulled any cards for you guys yet. This is fucking hilarious. That's how much was coming through. I'm telling you, we're getting rocked. And we're not even, eclipse season's not even here yet. Oh, it's almost here, right? Which one's eclipse and the equinox? We got, oh my God, the equinox. I almost forgot about the, how can I forget about the fucking autumnal equinox? I should fire myself, right? Bad girl. And then also, okay, so the last thing before I start pulling cards was sometimes we are provided with a temporary blessing and we can become comfortable with that crutch and that will cause stagnation. So let's say, all right, do something simple. Talk about like welfare. Let's say you were at a point in your life where like nothing was working for you. You needed a little bit of help, right? And then somebody tells you about like this welfare program and you're able to apply for it, and in that moment and everything that you're doing, you're accepted, and that is your grace at that moment, right? Like that is your gift at that moment. You're in a temporary situation, you need temporary help, so then this temporary solution came in. What's been happening, and I am definitely guilty of this, is that, let me do this another way. Let's say you have a broken leg, right? You have a broken leg, you get a cast, you get crutches, blah, 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 to help you to heal, right? Now, weeks have gone by, your leg is healed, but you're still using the crutches. You're still in the cast, right? it's supposed to have been off. You should have went back to the doctor. Should have been went back to the doctor. But you're comfortable now with the crutch. You're comfortable now with the cast. You've gotten used to it. You've gotten used to it. It's not the right fix. It's not a right fit. It's starting to get itchy. It smells because it's not supposed to be on your leg anymore. But you've gotten used to it. You've gotten used to your life with crutches. You've gotten used to being in a cast. And so now you're getting to a point where somebody's taking you to the hospital and we're cutting that shit off. Right? Like nobody, we're cutting it off. It smells. We're throwing it out. You don't need crutches anymore. Your leg is fine. That's the universe kind of coming in with like a tower moment. Like you're bugging. Right? So you were completely uncomfortable and broken, and you got grace, a cast, you got crutches, you got the ability to reestablish yourself, to fix things, to be on your strong foundation again, right? To be secure. But you forgot that that was never supposed to be a permanent thing. The cast and the crutch is not permanent. They're temporary until you are ready to go back to who you truly are, right? Fully healed and aligned. And so a lot of you are being made to feel uncomfortable right now because you still have your crutch. You still have the cast on. The time has come and gone for you to release that. And if you are not choosing to release the thing that was gifted to you in that moment for grace, it's going to be taken from you and your life is going to feel uncomfortable, to say the least, right? You learned what you needed to learn, you got what you needed to get, you saw what you needed to see, and now it's time to move forward. And the more you restrict yourself from that, the more challenging your life is going to be. You may like your job. You may like your coworkers. Not making enough money. You're not fulfilling your life. It's uncomfortable. Like there are things that are going on because you're not supposed to be there anymore. Or you're not in alignment with that energy anymore, especially because you guys are growing and healing and ascending at great levels. Like a lot of the shit that you're used to, a lot of the people that you used to deal with are it can't be there anymore. It's not a vibrational match. You're a freaking circle trying to go into a square hole. It's not going to make sense. It does not make sense. So why are you trying to force this thing to still be your truth and reality if you say that you want a different life, right? You say you want a different life. You say you want better. You say you're willing to grow. You're saying that, you're healing and transmuting and, you're ready to be wealthy and healthy and wise and love yourself and all these things. But then you're holding on to your crutch, right? You're holding on to the cast. You are doubting that your leg is truly healed. And so the universe has to come in and be like, okay, well, let's rip the cast off and we threw your crutches out. Now get up and walk to the door. No one's going to help you. If you want to get out of this room, you got to walk to that door by yourself. You can sit in an empty room with the torn up cast and looking at the crutch out the window. And you can sit there and bemoan your life and pretend to be a victim, knowing that there is nothing keeping you enchained anymore. Or you can get up and walk out the room. And remember that you have the legs to walk out the room. That you remember you have the strength and the ability to walk out the room. And now life is a little bit different because you're not on unsteady ground. You don't need that crutch anymore. So many of you right now are uncomfortable because you've gotten comfort. You've found comfort in your dysfunction, right? It's the learned helplessness shit that we need to get past, right? You're not helpless. You're not unworthy. You're not undeserving. You're more than capable of doing any of the things that are put into your mind. And more than likely, the reason you're feeling so fucking frustrated is because you can see the dream in your mind's eye, but you're not living it. And that shit is making you sick every time you open your eyes because you know that you deserve better. You know you deserve better. You can see it, you can feel it, you can taste it, you can touch it. You have been living it in your mind for so long. For so long. And then you open your eyes and you're like, what the fuck? How am I still in this place? And it gets frustrating. But you're in this place because there are things that you needed to learn here so that you can get here. Don't bemoan where you're at. because of where you want to be. I'm grateful for today because I know this is one step closer to where I need to be. So whatever's going on right now, let me take a look at it. Let me get the lesson. Let me get the grace so I can fucking move forward. Point blank simple. All right. Anyway, all right. Now that I've done lecturing you, 44:55. I just saw on the clock. Thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me in the collective at this time. What do I need to know? What do I need to see? Where are we starting? Angels and ancestors. It is spring. See your seeds grow. Love that for you. Trust your instincts. Bottom of the deck. I believe I mentioned that earlier. Did I not? Angels, thank you guys. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? We're heading towards the freaking equinox and eclipse season. Gosh. I don't know how I forgot that. So funny. Look what pops out. So you were meant to see this card, not just in the pre-shuffle. See your seeds grow, right? What are you planting in your garden? Are you planting seeds of faith and joy and love and abundance and wealth and health and wisdom and knowledge and understanding? Or are you focused on the fucking weeds? Pick one, yo. What's more important? And yes, we want to see the weeds so we can get them out of our garden, but we're not going to be like looking at the weeds and collecting them and like replanting them. No, it's like, let me clean this up so that it doesn't exist anymore and I can move forward. When we have a conscious awareness of something like a shadow or a block, because we have a conscious awareness of it, because we've given it a platform, it gets to dissolve and leave our existence, right? But we need to make sure that the seeds that we're planting are coming from the fertile place, right? From the healed spot. We really want to come from here, not even so much the mind. Bottom of the deck, traveler. Move in a new direction. I just told you to get the fuck up and walk out the room. It's time, guys. Like you see me shuffle on camera. You can't even make this shit up. It's time. It's time for you to move things forward. Right? Again, many of you are feeling uncomfortable because you weren't meant to be there that long. And for some of you, you're being moved or you'll be traveling to a location where the energies are very dense and intense and you're being called there to heal and transmute those energies. You see how she's wearing red? Right? That almost looks like purple too, but red again with the root chakra. So you're being called into that really dense place because you're an alchemist, because you're a transmuter to help cleanse that energy, right? Again, working with the violet flame is going to be extraordinary. Sun, enjoy success and happiness. I'm so happy for you guys. This is what you get when you do the inner work, dude. You get to be joyful. You get to be happy. You get to live life like in your truth and authentically. I love that for you. I love the fact that spring came up too because I'm in the northern hemisphere where we have the autumnal equinox, but it's the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. So I love that. Double message for you if you're in the southern hemisphere. Got a lot of blessings coming in, right? A lot of joys. Make sure you're watching your mind. Bottom of the deck. Look, Archangel Jophiel with joy. I love this. This is what happens when we get to have conscious awareness. Like I know that I could just give you guys a whole bunch of lectures about your chakras and shit, but I'm doing that because I want you to live this life, right? I want you to have this joy. I want you to have the success. I want you to have this happiness, right? And it starts with accountability. It starts with awareness. It starts with cleaning up our inner world. If you don't like your outer world, what is your inner world looking like, right? Start showing up for yourself. I love that for you. So much joy. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's right. What is that? The yellow too. So that's the solar plexus energy, right? Right back again. And solar plexus, that's our internal sun. All of that really being healed right now. Big time, big time, big time, big time. And that's not surprising to me because that's the masculine energy. Again, we have an influx of feminine energy coming in. The masculine energy can feel a little threatened by this big push, right? So it's a reminder that you're safe to feel this joy. You're safe to be happy. You're safe to be comfortable and successful. Okay. And then we got two popped out. Oh, Archangel Jophiel again with forgiveness. That came up in the pre-shuffle. I love that for you guys. So again, as we're alchemizing, as we're transmuting all these energies, forgiveness, and I've said it before and I'll keep saying it again, forgiveness is a healing balm for you. That shit ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. That is specifically for you, right? Learning to forgive others that you perceive may have hurt you. Learning to forgive yourself for the times where maybe you've betrayed yourself or you stayed in a situation too long. learning to forgive situations, right? Forgiveness it's all about you. And let me be very clear about this. It doesn't make anything okay. It doesn't give anybody a pass. It doesn't mean it should happen again. Not with it, right? There are people that violate it that get no access to me any longer. Having said that, I'm not going to hold that poison in my body because fuck you. You don't deserve another ounce of my time or my energy. You don't even deserve my anger. You don't deserve my pity. You don't deserve anything. All I do is give you the energy of forgiveness with gratitude and love because I know there's a lesson there. I know there's a grace. And then I take my motherfucking higher self and I move the fuck on. Okay? The lesson is there. I've forgiven. I haven't forgotten the lesson because I need to own that lesson so that I don't repeat it later in life. But I'm not going to sit there and harbor onto that resentment and energy. Forgiveness releases the power of the energy that kept you entrapped. You know what I'm saying? So whether that's anger or fear or bitterness or jealousy or resentment, whatever that, however it may look externally to you, right? Forgiveness is coming in to go, hey, you can look at the scenario and not feel the feels, right? It's like if you happen to be a child that was abused and you come back to do some inner child healing and you're coming back as a witness to what the child is going through, right? You're not actually experiencing that pain anymore. You're not feeling it, but you're a witness to it, right? So now you can have a different perspective. Now you can look at it differently. Now you can use the energy of forgiveness, knowing how disgusting that situation may be, but knowing that it cannot hurt you anymore. And that's what you need to remember. Like, these things cannot hurt you anymore. The past is dead and gone, right? Your power is in the now and cleansing ourselves for tomorrow. Ooh, Archangel Raphael with the cleansing energy. So I love the fact that there's all this water here, but then these bushes look like they're on fire. They literally look like they're on fire. So beautiful purification, purging, cleansing, healing coming in for everybody. I love this. I love it. I love it. I'm telling you, it may not feel great. It is what it is. Suck it up, buttercup. All right. Get some final messages for you guys, and then I'm gonna let you grow. Enjoy your day. Three of Ariel just flipped out. I'm done shuffling, but somebody may have needed to see that. Focus on your work. Do what you love. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Any final messages for the collective? Okay. Love when they pop. Love when they pop. I said final messages and they give me a fucking book. This is ridiculous. Alright, I got some kings down here, some queens, so okay. Two queens, two kings. Feel like I'm playing fucking cards. Oh, three queens. All four queens came out. Get the fuck out of here. I've never in my entire existence had a reading where all four queens came out. Get the fuck out of here. Never in my life. Yo, this is dope energy, though. So, literally, you got all four queens, right? Again, a healing of the divine feminine is coming in case you guys didn't get the memo. So, all aspects coming into balance. Fully coming into balance. Every aspect of your femininity standing strong and tall, right? This is collectively she would be the empress, right? The head queen. But that's a beautiful energy coming in. So emotional maturity, standing in our power, taking control of our lives, standing in our truths, respecting ourselves, having boundaries, like all of that. That's so beautiful. And then we got the King of Michael and the King of Raphael that comes in, right? So this is emotional maturity and this is logic and stoicism, you know? And I love the fact that this is here because it's a balance of the head and the heart. That's really what it is, right? Bringing those things into balance. I love that. Then we got more heart energy with the Knight of Raphael coming in, right? So messages coming in, things that are going to open up your heart, more psychic abilities, things moving forward. For some of you during this time, and I've seen it more than once, but there's going to be a divine counterpart coming in. It's very strong actually within this group. One, because I see the Lovers card here, but also because we had two kings come out and all the queens, right? So that means the king and queen of Michael and the king and queen of Raphael are here, right? So those are also divine sacred unions coming in, right? A lot of balance, a lot of give and take. Also just a melding of our masculine and our feminine energies within ourselves, right? The Lovers card used to be a card of choice, right? So again, I'm going to ask you, where are you choosing from? Faith or fear, right? Love or fear? We need to tap into our heart energy to really get all that we desire, right? You got the Queen of Raphael, the King of Raphael, and the Knight of Raphael, right? With the energy of the freaking Lovers and the Star, right? This is open heart, emotional, feeling the feels, um, having our heart soar, getting the desires of our heart, wishes coming true. So, for some of you, if this is what you've been wanting, like a divine counterpart, like that's definitely supported here today. And for others of you, if it's just not even so much a divine counterpart or sacred union, but just you having a better relationship with yourself, you having more harmony in your own relationships, again, another wish or dream is coming true. We're all on different paths, so not everybody's looking for a relationship, right? But I also see some financial abundance coming your way. A lot of money. There's been a lot of money and a lot of love on the table in the past couple of weeks. So be open to it. Look at this Ace of fucking Michael. Messages coming in, clarity, not taking any shit, cutting right to the point, right? Like Archangel Michael has a sword of truth, like Excalibur. See, he's coming in, and you're gonna see everything clearly, especially with the energy of the sun, right? We've had all these storms. I told you guys, the storms are coming. They need you to chill. Wait for the storm to pass. Let the light come out. See what's been left behind after everything's been cleared out. I promise you, you're not gonna be upset. But you gotta trust this. You gotta really, really trust this. And this is gonna be big, especially when it comes to the energies of your heart and your mind. You can be faced with a lot of challenges between head and heart if you do not remember to stay grounded, if you do not remember to stay open. I'm going to tell you again, your mind is a servant of the soul, not vice versa. Take your brain, drop it into your heart, allow them to combine, being one big organ, and then you allow your heart to lead the fucking day. The heart is the strongest organ in the body. Stop. Stop giving more energy to your egoic mind than you do to the freaking strongest energy in your body. The house of your soul. All right. Bottom of the deck, we got the Hierophant or divine guidance, right? So, the search for meaning in life, consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers and friends. Hello. We got the whole tribe here. Whole tribe. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go. It's been like an hour and I'm exhausted. Love you so much. Um, yeah, love you so much. So anyway, readings, coaching, all the things, metaphysical, you can hit me on my website. Gentlemen, don't forget, join me over in our safe space so we can have a place to talk our shit and just bond and whatever. And I think that's it. You guys should know, anyone that books a reading with me through YouTube, you guys get a discount. There's a code down underneath in case you forgot. I'm trying to think of is anything else I need to tell you. I don't want to be coming back and recording another video. I got shit to do. All right, no, I guess that's it. Anyway, I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you, and I will see you soon. Later, my beloveds.